All right, wrestlers keep showing up in Fast and the Furious movies, right? So, like, we've had The Rock, then we've had John Cena, and I guess what I'm really saying here, if I'm saying anything at all, is I really need to see Booker T doing a fucking spinaroonie on the hood of a Supra going, well, at least $150.
Thralls, balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, and Wooly. Ooh, what's up, swingers? I'm gonna get ahead of it. I don't actually know jack shit about wrestling. There was just a Booker T documentary on the TV at the gym for some reason. Anyway, excuse me, I coughed. From the TB headquarters in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode 78. I'm Wooly, the flippy flappy evoker. We have Gershom, our sassy-ass resident hunter, and a raw-mogging rogue with a boner for currently Chromie, previously, I guess, Lady Moonberry, whatever characters come, but Chromie exclusively in gnome form. That would be Bentolas. Everybody's here. Hi guys, how you doing?
What is up? You know, that is not the cold open that you fucking sent me, and I was totally prepared for you to talk about pants there again, but
no,
I guess that's not what happened.
That's because I wrote that before I went to the gym, and then I was thinking about that when I was there. Suddenly realizing I didn't check to make sure Bent was ready to start. Are you actually here?
Yeah, I'm here, guys. What's up?
Okay, cool. Sorry, just because before the show you said you had stuff you'd been doing, so I didn't know if our getting shit together you had wandered off to get something done before you came back.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I cleaned the house today, and my dogs shed a lot, and they pretty much broke my vacuum, so I had to sweep and mop, but I'm good to go now.
Oh,
now
shit.
They are in the room sweeping.
I heard
that's
shit.
No, they didn't shit. I haven't shot in the house in a long time.
I'm really glad you're not vacuuming shit.
I actually prefer them to shit in the house than pee in the house, to be honest.
It's easier to clean up. Yeah, you gotta get a fucking deep clean. What do they call that? Like a carpet extractor, if it's on carpet anyway. If it's on hard floor, that's not that big a deal. Anyway, what have we been up to in WoW this week? I guess I'll start off. I haven't started off in a while, have I? Well, I did go into raid with everybody this week. I was a little nervous sucking myself out because I've been facing a bit of performance issues with dying to avoidable stuff because I'm still getting used to the way the Evoker plays. And I have been informed that I did better, actually, this other day, even though I was really hard on myself. But, you know, I didn't do as better as I had been hoping, so I gotta get some homework done. I'm happy to say, though, that we got Grim Totem down, so we just have, I can't remember her actual name. We have Broodkeeper and then Razageth, and I don't remember what you said. Are we going back to do re-clears after we get Broodkeeper?
Most likely, we're still a little undergeared.
Yeah, a little bit. We did have an issue where some stuff popped up that caused us to have to flip some tanks around, so we got to get some gear to our wonderful tank as well, if that hasn't already been a thing since raid night. Anyway, that's been me. Also, I got green scales for my my druid for his drake.
Congratulations!
Yay!
That's
Thanks.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, and then just this morning I got my 4-piece thanks to the Revival Catalyst. So I'm looking forward to Thursday now to see what I can do in raid. What about Gershom? How about you? What you done this week? Although maybe not much because your kids were sick.
Yeah. Oh my god, they were so sick. It was so gnarly. All the details aside, it involved a lot of different bodily fluids and viruses, and it was gnarly in my house. So I didn't play a whole lot. I did manage to get my trading post done, and I think that's kind of fun because I guess a lot of people are figuring out like there's a hard cap on the 2000 currencies. Like you can't do everything and just gain a ton of like McNuggets. That's kind of how I thought it was going to go. I don't know if I was mistaken or if I missed something. I thought you were going to be able to do like as many achievements as you wanted, but mine capped out at 2000. And I'm not sure if that's like a response to the over fluctuation of McNuggets that we talked about last week. Like, do you know what I mean, Willie? Like, I'm struggling here a little.
Maybe
so like
is,
once
but
I hit
don't think so.
Once I hit 2000, I couldn't get any more. And then even when I spent some, it didn't go back up towards 2000. You just can't get any more. Like you get 2000 and that's it. I didn't know that's how it was going to go.
They could have been clearer about that for sure.
I think so. But I'm sure everyone's just figuring it out. And, you know, it does kind of make you hope that certain items are going to come back around at different points, because you're obviously not going to be able to buy everything because you can't do everything and you can't get all the points. So basically you get like 2000 McNuggets every month. So I did buy me a sparkle pony.
Hey.
Sorry, not sorry. I love that thing. It looks pretty good. And then like what else did I do? I did that. Oh, there was one thing I was thinking about saying about all the mounts that are available, like in the trading post and stuff. You know, there's like it's a bit of grumbling in the community about how like if and when we're gonna be able, or if Blizz rather is gonna implement like dragon riding or allow you to fly in dragon flight areas somehow, like in the Dragon Isles, on mounts that aren't dragon riding mounts. Like this is an ongoing conversation, right? And it's just funny because there's this apparatus to get, like I got like 3 mounts this week just from the trading post, and I kind of can't use any of them if I'm in the Dragon Isles. Yeah, so but it sort of makes me feel like, why would Blizz do that just to take it away from us? Like I want to pray in my heart that it's like this little tiny hint that like, okay, they're gonna eventually at least allow regular flying. Like maybe it won't be dragon flying, because who wants to see like a giant water rabbit like delving through the sky the way a dragon would.
That would be fucking hilarious.
It'd be hilarious. I get like from a comedic standpoint, it's awesome, but also it's not practical. So I'm thinking they're gonna have to implement some sort of like, we're gonna allow regular dragon, just regular flying eventually.
I think they said at one point they were going to. I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk over you. I just wanted to respond to that.
No, you're good.
I do believe they said early on before the expansion launched that eventually there will be regular flying. Personally, I think there should be regular flying in the Dragon Isles alongside dragon riding, and dragon riding in the outer part of the world as well.
And we're so privileged because we know really what goes into this coding and how rough that would be to implement. But
well, I don't necessarily mean with God damn it, I did it again, sorry. I don't necessarily mean like baking it into, or rather attaching it to current flying mounts, like say the Onyxian Drake or whatever. I mean, it would be like maybe a separate kind of mount, kind of like it is now, just you'd be able to use both mount types everywhere. That's what I would want.
No, we're on the same page. So like, I don't think like the Onyxian Drake, for example, would ever be something that was capable of dragon flying. I just feel like there'd be, because I do sort of miss like all my other mounts, and I'm not the only person saying this. Like even with the scales and the customization and everything else that's out there, I still feel like there's something that could go down with letting us fly. And then also like some people, myself included, are just sort of kvetching about, you know, the fact that you can't fly slowly. Like you kind of can't scout an area or stop or pause or or wait while you're in the air. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I feel like while dragon flying is amazing, it could definitely, like, as we grow into this expansion, you know, it's not even 07 yet. So I think as we grow into this expansion, I'm sure that Blizz is gonna find a way. And they have been doing, as far as I can tell, really well with feedback, and I think like things are doing better with that sort of thing. So I hope that they're listening to the community. I feel like they are, and I feel like we're gonna find something where we can all enjoy our flying space however we decide to do it. Other than that, I got Ally with Wrathion, which is only halfway. Fuck that shit. I'm just gonna focus on that. I'm so dumb. I'm done with that. It's easy, but it's super annoying. Hella grind. And I went to the Darkmoon Fair, and I did a couple mythics. That was about it.
Ooh, the mythics. How'd you like
yeah,
that?
I bought them. That's a terrible story. It's embarrassing. So I wanted to get them done so I could get the gear and my get my vault for one. So I was like, oh, I'm just kind of tired of this. I need some better gear. Maybe I'll get a weapon. You know, my gun is still 359, like whatever that is. And so this guy was selling mythics, and you know, I whispered him and I said, how much for 4? And he told me the price. And I said, okay. So we got together, we got in a party. He's a very nice person. I gave him, you know, set amount of money, and we went to 1, we went to 2, and I'm like, okay, these are like 10s, 12s, 13s. I'm really kind of out of my element. And he's like, you can just hang back behind, you know, it's a carry, it's no big deal, you're paying for it. So I'm like, okay. So I go for it, and I'm waddling along. And at the beginning of the 3rd one, he comes up to me and he goes, hey, I forgot to charge you for the 2nd one. And I'm like, wait, what? So yeah, so long story short, the price he quoted me was for 1, not for 4.
Ooh.
So I'm like, oh shit, yeah. So I gotta go get you some more money out of my bank, and then I'm not gonna do this one. So I'm currently sitting at 2 out of 4 of my mythics for the weekly, which is super annoying. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't need to buy them. I don't have to do that. So I tried again, going into the group finder and just queuing for some babies, like some 0s or 2s, which I could totally handle. And I kept getting kicked. I guess people are seeing that I'm only like 376 and they're like, no, get out of here. But for 0s, like, you can't just let me like tag along. I don't know. But you did say last week that people who run the baby mythics can be toxic and weird and annoying and just picky. So I'm like, well, I've got 2 out of 4 done, but it's only Saturday. I have till Monday night, so
376 is plenty for fucking Mythic 0. They're just
it
being
really
snobs.
is. And I joined like 3 different groups and got kicked every time. They're like, you have been removed from the group. You've been removed from the group. And I was like, well, whatever. Just keep trying. I've talked plenty. My kids were sick and I'm actually a little exhausted. What is Bentolas been up to?
Well, he covered everything I did. So
Yeah,
we killed
sorry,
Grimtona,
bro.
Broodkeeper, we're working on, and then we'll probably just reclear after that. Other than that, not really, just the same shit. I'm time walking's next week, so I'm sure I'll get another alt up.
Which time walking is it?
Burning Crusade, I think.
Okay. Well, I always like
the
those
last
for the
one was
I like those for the tokens. It was
Legion.
Legion last time. Yep.
Oh god, BFA time walking is gonna be a thing. Kill me. Although I didn't hate Waycrest Manor.
It's alright.
I liked the BFA dungeons. I actually did like them. I think Draenor and BFA were probably my most favorite dungeons. So this should be fun. Well, when it comes up, but this one coming up is BC, I think.
Well, as long as we're talking about what Bent was doing, I want to give you a shout out. You have been proving to be a very, very good raid leader. You've been very patient, especially with some of us who've been not performing all that well. You've been very encouraging. I think you're doing a great job. So kudos to you, bro.
I'm gonna send you some Little Caesars pizza. And apparently now I'm getting a scratchy throat.
I could use some Little Caesars pizza. I plan on getting
tomorrow's the Super Bowl. Let's send you some pizza.
Oh, today's the fight. I'm gonna be. Yeah, I haven't drank in a while, so I'll probably be a fucking mess later.
Yeah, that's actually why we're recording today on a Saturday and not tomorrow, because Bent probably plans to be hungover during the day and drunk at night, right?
Maybe just continue being just drunk and skipping the whole hangover part. Pay for it Monday.
You can't get hungover if you don't stop drinking. The hungover is just the withdrawals, bro. That's all it is.
Or is it more like
going,
Hair of the Rogue? Yeah, that doesn't work.
Hair of the Rogue? I like that one.
Well, I never see Bentolas's hair because he always mogs a helmet because he's a raw mogger. He doesn't whatever, that didn't work.
He's a bald. He's an orc, my rogue.
He's bald, huh? So he doesn't even have
hair. The orc
is
bald?
Up top.
Yeah, he has no hair.
If your orc rogue came to me and asked to borrow my clippers and I looked and saw he didn't have hair and didn't have a beard, I would say no because I know what he wants it for.
It's pubes. No, I don't. He might have a little bit of a goatee, but I'm pretty sure he's bald. I don't even know. It's been so long since I transferred to Made. Oh, and I've been spamming all my alts. I want to get that stupid flying dildo thing.
Oh yeah, the love rocket. I did that too. I've been trying to do that on my alts too. Yeah. Other than that, yeah.
I've done exactly one run today only because I was at 95% for my do group content thing, and I failed to realize because that doesn't take place on the Dragon Isles, it wouldn't count. But then I did other stuff.
You know what? Actually, before we go on to the mixed drink of the week, fuck yeah. I was one other thing that's getting on my last fucking nerve, and it's this community feast. Can I talk about the community feast for a minute? Because I swear to fucking God, I'm into my 3rd week of not being able to catch a feast. I have missed 1,500 reputation with every faction because I cannot get this fucking feast. And they changed it. I didn't see the notes in the news. I don't know if you made a note of it, but like, oh, it's every hour and a half. That's a fucking lie. Because I saw it expire today. I logged on this morning and it's like, oh, it has 5 minutes. So I'm like, cool, 5 more minutes. Then an hour and a half from there, it should be up. No, an hour and a half later, I went back and it was like, the soup is done. 45 minutes left to eat it though. Like, I have no fucking idea when these feasts are happening. Blizzard, can you please just make a fucking timer for when the feast is happening? It's not that hard. Just let people come and fucking do it, especially if you're going to make it something that we have to do every week. I am literally, if I don't get this done, we're recording on Saturday. If I don't get this done by Monday night and then resets on Tuesday, I will be a full month into not being able to do my weekly because I cannot get the fucking feast. Because no one knows when it's up, and then it's always like gone or done, or everyone just did it already. It's like every time I log on, I just look for a feast and it's either not happening and I don't know when it's happening, or I check again 10 minutes later and they're like, oh, everyone did it. You have 45 minutes left to eat the
Next
soup.
one's up in an hour.
Like, really, I'm going to fucking log on right now and go do it because I'm literally going on to almost a month of missing weekly reputation, and that's 500 for like every faction. Isn't that a lot? Like, yeah, I'm talking about thousands and thousands of reputation that I could have. I just think, like, can you just please add a fucking thing where you hover over Zskera and it says next community feast, 1 hour. Thank you, Bentolas. You're better than Blizzard. Fuck it, dude. Like, for real, I'm really over the feast. If you're going to make it that hard, like all the other weekly events are not that hard. It's like, go do 20 world quests or 50 world quests or go do this or go do that and then get your rep and blah blah blah. Like, it all ties in very well together. This feast thing is pissing me the fuck off.
I wonder if the timer is
Gershom out loud. I'm sorry.
There's add-ons you can download in WeakWarriors that track it. Like, I have one called, I have LVY win tools, so anytime I open up my map, it just shows me when the next one is for all the event.
All right. Well, I've never been a big add-ons person. I guess this is my casual problem. But really, for something as casual as a weekly quest, it still shouldn't be that hard. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. Either make it easier or make it all the time or just do something, because every other weekly I've never had a problem doing it. It's always something that's very easy to do that you can keep track of. And the feast just feels like a pain in the ass.
I'm just wondering if the timer runs not from the end of it, but from the start of it.
That's what I've been trying to wonder too. That's what I was thinking today when I was like, oh, okay. So, and then it's like, how do you know when it started? Unless you were there. The whole thing's
right.
kafakta, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm over it. But I'm really over going into almost my 4 weeks of not being able to complete my weekly because of this fucking feast. The only thing I thought today, randomly, I was like, if I abandon this quest, then on Tuesday, will a new one pop for me? That's my only other option.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I've never done the feast quest. I made some fucking soup with the Tuskar early in the expansion, but I had no idea there was a quest to fucking do that.
Well, it's aiding the Accord. It's your weekly quest, which they changed, in Zemos back in Shadowlands. It was a fill the bar thing. You had to do things in Zemos and fill the bar. So they moved away from that. And they went to like, you have to do this one thing and then also tangentially go ahead and get, I think it's like 3,000 reputation with like anyone in the game, which is pretty easy. You just go do world quests and whatever. But then there's one thing you have to do. And the one thing was always like, oh, do like 20 world quests or do this or do that, or and now it's like this feast, and the feast is holding me up. Like, the only thing I'm thinking is I'm just gonna abandon it and see if on Tuesday when it pops, if I get a new one, because I'm not gonna sit around and wait for a fucking month again.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, it sounds like you know what's going on there, so you're already ahead of me. I could have used that when I went off
there for a little bit.
No, you sometimes we all just need to bitch about Blizzard because they're not perfect. Love you, Blizz, but you're not perfect. I mean, I could have really benefited from that knowledge when I was trying to get to Centaur 19 so I could get the green scales, but I got there. I guess maybe now I can do it for the yellow and the red one. Oh well. Should we move on to mixed drink of the week?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Where's my button? There it is. It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever, and no, I've never actually known what that means, to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any dumb shit that may befall you as a result of your own dumb shit decisions. So, lately we've been going through different drinks in the game and bringing them to life, whether in-game they're alcoholic or not. And this week, Mr. Bentolas is up, and he let us know during the week that he picked the Shimmering Draft of Shadows, which I'd never heard of, but apparently it's a green quality drink you can get in Revendreth. Because I Googled that.
Well, that's good, because I was going to give you guys a hint.
Where the fuck is that drink from? Because I've never heard of that. This is so exciting.
Yeah, so I am a little... Based on what you just said, I'm a little less sure about my guess, but I'm still going to make the same guess. So I'm thinking because it says Draft of Shadows that it's kind of dark. And incidentally, Mountain Dew Pitch Black just came back. So I'm thinking that's the base, and that you mixed in something to make it shimmering. So I'm thinking like some kind of edible glitter. And alcohol. He
wants to pick Jaeger.
I do want to pick Jaeger, but I don't.
I don't. Yeah.
Fucking. Oh, God damn it. fuck it, just whiskey. So I'm thinking you mixed whiskey with Mountain Dew Pitch Black and some edible glitter. Gershom, what do you think?
Okay. I was kind of going for like a craft drink here. So I'm thinking there's gonna be, you're gonna start with plain club soda in a cup, maybe about halfway full, and then you're gonna make a double shot of liquid smoke and whiskey, and you're gonna drop it into the club soda, so it's gonna kind of get like shadowy in there, like it's gonna bleed out and look gross. And then I don't know how that's gonna taste. Liquid smoke and whiskey and club soda, probably pretty strong and weird. But
so
yeah.
Gershom, you kind of got the idea of dropping something in right, and then Wooly, you were very close to almost getting it totally correct.
Ooh.
So I was thinking dark, but I was also thinking red, because Reverend Drift is kind of a red zone. So what I did was, in one shot glass, you have a tall one, which has 2.5 ounces, is a shot of Jaeger, actually.
No way.
Yep. And
Jesus.
then in another glass, you have some Red Bull. And then you also have a little bit of Mountain Dew Code Red. And on top of that, you have cherries and grenadine juice. You drop the Jaeger into it and you chug it. So it's like a Jaeger bomb with cherry.
That's very Reverend Dreffy. That sounds good.
Dude, that actually sounds fucking awesome. I gotta start putting that kind of... I used to be really imaginative when I did my drinks. I don't know what happened to that.
I love alcohol. You can call me an alcoholic.
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't, and I'm not gonna. Although, when we walked into that one bar and they were like, "Are you drunk already?" That, you know, fuck that bar, though.
You're like, no, I have food poisoning. I'm fine.
Well, no, Ben.
Little did they know I was drinking since 11 o'clock.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
I think the first thing I did was, "Hey, Wooly, nice to meet you. Want to do a shot?"
Actually,
I think all of us had like different things going on. Like Alex and I'm
Slidewhistle.
were like, oh, are we too gay? And we were like, are we too drunk? And I think Wooly was starting to not feel great. What happened?
there is no such thing as too gay. There's
That's
not gay
exactly.
enough.
No, that's the thing is, well, never mind. Slidewhistle said that and he sort of rolled his eyes and he's like, what's wrong? Are we too gay? And by the time the line got out of the bar, like we were just sort of snaking each other back around and out. I was like, we'd been kicked out.
Also,
we were probably just general too drunk.
Way to dox Slidewhistle's real first name. Oh,
Bleep
boy.
it out. Sorry. I know. Sorry.
I don't think he cares, but I'll bleep it anyway.
Just in case. My bad.
Okay, well, Ben, do you have that drink with you?
Yeah, it's in the kitchen, so I'm going to run and do it because I don't want to make a mess.
Okay, well, let us know when you have it, and then I'll send you off. Or you're gonna
send me off. I'm gonna go do it because I'm afraid it's gonna like overflow and I don't want to get all over my keyboard.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what you will be needing to hear is over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole. Yeah.
It feels so good to say it. I love saying it when it's your turn.
You know what? I think I'm going to make the episode title just to freak him out for a second. Slidewhistle's real name.
It was good. I think I did too much grenadine in it because it was a little too sweet for my liking, but it was basically like a cherry Jaeger bomb.
Dude, nice. Very nice. I need to get my Jaeger back in the freezer. It's been out here for like a year.
I can't believe you actually put Jaeger in there. Dude, lukewarm Jaeger is like the straight...
Oh no, mine was in the freezer. I always keep it in the freezer.
Yeah, but Wooly said he needs to put his Jaeger back in the freezer. I feel like that's a pipeline to throwing up.
Oh yeah.
It's like
that
lukewarm
might even
Jaeger.
That might even be what got me sick at TBCon. Because I haven't
lukewarm
had that
Jaeger
since. Yeah, I brought it with me.
Oh no, I always thought it was the Subway.
Nope. See, it might have been the subway, might have been the lukewarm Jaeger. I don't know. But the perk of taking the train instead of flying is I was able to bring that with me. So why the fuck would I fly from Milwaukee to Chicago anyway? That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. And it was cheaper to take the train than drive.
It sure as fuck was. All right, Gershom, you are up next week, but you let us know before the show that you didn't have a drink in mind yet. So for everybody out there listening in the wherever the fuck you are, I don't know, I'm not in your house. Shut up. She gonna pick it during the week. So it'll be a mystery to you. We'll have a little bit to guess. So there. Let's move on to the WoW news.
Time for WoW news, motherfuckers.
All right, so first thing I want to talk about here. Also, I did see the thing that Bobby Kotick was like pissing and moaning about the UK making a big deal out of the Microsoft Activision merger thing. I don't really want to talk about that because it's boring and frustrating. But the first thing I want to bring up is also frustrating. Twitter integration into the game is gone, and that's not Blizzard's fault. It's likely because Twitter has started charging a monthly fee for the access and use of their API. Thank you very fucking much, Muskrat, you dickhead. I don't know how many people used that, but I used it quite a bit, actually, if I saw something cool in game to get screenshots there quick, because otherwise what I do is I either navigate to the folder that the screenshot saves in, which, by the way, is a huge pain in the ass, or I, real quick, open Microsoft Paint and just paste it there and then bring that over. It's a whole thing. Except it hadn't really been working quite well lately anyway, because when I'd go to share a screenshot, I'd type my /share, and I'd hit I'd get the little screenshot in there, but when I went to type my caption, it wouldn't show up in the tweet for some reason. So, I don't know. We got to go back to doing it the long way. That sucks, but we can still do it. It's not that big a deal. But don't forget, this is not Blizzard's fault. This is Elon Musk's fault. Probably more likely a board of some sort. I don't know. I don't like Elon Musk. Douche. Yeah. Did you guys use that at all?
No, not at all.
I think I was using it without realizing it because I had some struggles the other night sharing some screenshots and posting captions, and I didn't know what was going on. I literally thought it was my internet. That's how uninvolved I am with this. So that's disappointing to hear that it has to do with someone just being a jerk. But
it's a money grub.
It is what it is. What, like you said, long way, fine, whatever, it's fine.
I mean, I guess from a business standpoint, it makes sense to want to charge for the use of the API because they're making nothing off of it, not using it otherwise. And if a lot of places stop using it, there are going to be other places that don't stop. So I don't know. I don't like it, but I understand it. So it's already gone. It's not even upcoming. I tried to type /share in the game the other day to do it, and it wasn't working, unfortunately. So we will overcome. And Bent is over there like, I don't even like Twitter. Fuck you. Right?
Yeah, he doesn't. That's totally true.
He literally only has a Twitter because of the show.
And so that Florpy can text him things, and if Florpy was getting mad, he's like, hey, I text you all the time on Twitter, and he's like, oh, I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what though I really feel like though is I feel like if this is some sort of like money grab thing, like Elon Musk doesn't need that money. So it's like I have this tiny little hope in my heart that it's gonna put into some kind of pool for like his part-time employees who do fucking coding for him, but it's probably not gonna be that way. And it's just, yeah.
I don't think Twitter has any part-timers.
Oh, I guess that's what I mean is like, is he the one getting paid or are his people getting paid by this?
I'm assuming it's if Twitter was losing money, I'm assuming, even if it's only gradually when they have a shitload, I'm assuming this is just a way to combat that. Because, I mean, think about it. These, like, CEOs, fuck CEOs, but they're salaried, right? So they don't just get to take however much they feel like. So as much as I don't like Elon Musk, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, because it's probably not an immediate line the pockets thing. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, was the line the pockets. You said it perfectly.
Yeah. All right, so moving forward, Wrath Classic has faction changes available now. If I remember right, it was during Wrath that they introduced the faction change, and it was hugely controversial at the time. Like, I believe at the start you couldn't even have on the same server Alliance and Horde, or I don't remember when they changed that. But in Classic, Wrath Classic, you can get faction changes now. A quick and dirty rundown of the sale they're running for this is, first of all, it's only for Wrath Classic and only till February 27th. But you can get one faction change for 21. This is all USD. So if you're in Canada or the UK or Poland or something, I don't know what it is for you. But for US, it is 21 for one faction change when it's regular $30. You can get 3 of them for 42. So that's basically you're paying for 2 and getting 1 free. When it's regularly, it costs $60. So that's sort of the same idea. If you paid for 2 faction changes, it costs $60, and you get a 3rd one bonus. You can get 8 actually for $95. And when they posted this, the blue post, it said 6 and it was crossed out and said 8. So I'm wondering if regularly it's just 6 for the bundle or not. But I do gotta wonder how many people are actually running around with 8 level 80s though.
Dude, in Classic days, that was way harder. It's not like having 8 max levels right now, which is super easy. Like, Classic was hard, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Hit us up. Do you have more than 1 level 80?
Yeah. I know some of our listeners also play Classic. So if you wanna let us know what your experience there is, please do email us or hit us on Discord, Twitter at ThrallsBallsPod, email thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. And speaking of the Discord, you can join by going to thrallsballs.com. But also, I want to point out, you can't faction change a single character twice within 30 days. Don't really know what the technical reason is for that, but I'm sure there is one. So if you decide, well, wait, I started playing on Alliance, but nobody on my server raids, so I'm gonna, switch over. Well, do some research first, in case you regret it. So, speaking of Horde and Alliance, the Vault of the Incarnates Hall of Fame has closed for the Horde side, while the Alliance side is still at 25. Sounds familiar.
For the Horde.
Oop. Okay, I might bump that audio.
For the Horde.
I might bump that audio even more, because you blew out your mic there, and I kind of want to blow it out even more. For the fucking Horde, even though I play Alliance.
It was bad. Let's go. For the Horde.
So, for those who don't know, the Hall of Fame is the first 100 guilds for each faction, so that's a total of 200 guilds, to kill the final boss of a raid on Mythic difficulty. So that means 100 Horde guilds have killed Mythic Razageth, and 25 Mythic Alliance guilds have killed Mythic Razageth. So there's still 75 open. So what that says to me is, even with cross-faction raiding, raiders as a whole still seem to stack heavily toward the Horde side. Now, we with Collected Company, we don't really do Mythic. I would love it if we got to the point in the future where we could, dip our toe in there, but we're not there. But we are heavily skewed Horde on our team as well, I believe. I know Travis and I are both Alliance. I think there's a couple others who are Alliance as well, but it's mostly Horde. Is that right? Do you know, Ben? Or not really?
I think mostly Horde. I think DZ's Alliance, Travis's UR, and I think Sid, Velif, and Toxic Trait are also Alliance. I could be
Hold
wrong.
on, what does Flippy play? Because if he doesn't play Horde, I'm gonna unfriend him on Twitter immediately.
Well,
he's Horde.
Switched.
He's Horde.
He's a something Death
Good
Knight
boy.
now. Orc, I think.
He's on, yeah, he's Horde. His Death Knight's Horde.
Yeah.
Wait, Wooly, you're playing Alliance right now?
Yeah, Jasperon's in the Alliance Guild because I, as much as I strongly prefer the Horde, I love Proudmoore as a server way too much. It's kind of, you know how the old joke back in the day was, you run into somebody in the wild who plays WoW and they're like, oh, Alliance or Horde. And if you say Alliance and they're like, oh, and you could be like, no. It's only because my friends are that. I want to play Horde. Sort of like that. It's only because the people on Proudmoore are mostly Alliance. So there. Otherwise, I totally would be. Yeah, actually, now I think about it, I think Velif is a Void Elf. So, yeah. Okay, and then one last little bit of WoW news here. This is to do with 10.0.7. We don't talk about PTR very much on this show, but we made reference to this last week. So, this is, I'm going to pronounce it Zskera, because it's like Zskera. Zskera Vaults is something that's a feature in 10.0.7. And you get a... Wow, I made these notes really doofy looking. But essentially, what this is you use keys that you get from rares and chests throughout the Forbidden Reach in order to find primordial stones to use for what you get called the Onyx Amulet, whatever, ring. So this is a ring that you can think of as like the Mechagon trinket with the punch card thing, right? So Blizzard put out a blue post explaining the system. We're not going to read the whole thing. So essentially, you get these things, you go into this solo instance, and you get these stones. I'm sure there'll be different combinations of what's considered best, but you also don't really have to overthink it, because they expect that because the final item level of this can go up to, I think it's 425, which is nothing to sneeze at, but they expect that you'll replace it in Season 3 pretty easily. I mean, not Season 3, Season 2. So it isn't as though you absolutely need this in order to kill, I don't know, if Iridikron is the next final boss or not. So you definitely won't. You can skip it altogether if you want. I was very worried it was going to be like Chorgast, where you had to go in or you were going to be fucked if you didn't. But, you know, if you are in a guild that's maybe struggling a little bit when 10.07 comes around, then it might be something that could help you out to do. Or if you even just want to for the fancy item level. So I was worried about it, but it looks like it's going to be okay. However, I'm going to hop on the PTR when I have a chance, and I'm going to try it out. And hopefully I'll be able to do that before the next episode to let you guys know how it feels. But quite frankly, as far as my gameplay goes, I really need to hit some 10s and 13s, because I level 391 now, and I want to push for 400. I feel like I'm a little on the low side. You guys want to move on to question of the week, or did you have any thoughts you want to share on that?
We can go on question of the week.
Yeah, you're good. Question of the week.
Cool.
Question of the week.
Okay, so last week we asked you what one little feature is Dragonflight missing, and we said wrong answers only. So I'll kick this off here. All of our answers this time came from Discord, and that's my fault because I forgot to post this on Twitter or on TikTok, so my bad. So our first answer comes from Shantyman. He says, a grind tied to player power. If these raiders can just go in and raid, is it even WoW? God, that hurt me to say. But it is a wrong answer, and we asked for wrong answers. So, all right, someone read Loot Up!
Oh, Ludovic says the Flight Master whistle, the only way to travel. And then he says, sprinkle on, they say, sprinkle on much sarcasm. You know what? I honestly miss it. I don't know why there's sarcasm sprinkled on this at all. I love the Flight Master whistle.
It wasn't perfect, but it helped a lot. It was a lot better.
It's still in my backpack, and it's like, I'm gonna just have to go put it in my bank, I guess, because it was really cool. But yeah.
Maybe they'll use it again someday. Who knows? Bentolas, you want to read Syreb?
He says, way to buy patterns and recipes without RNG.
That sounds like a right answer.
You? Is this from you in parentheses or him?
Yes, that's from me.
So to answer that question, a lot of the patterns or recipes that are like what people need and want, they come from like drops on raids and dungeons. So.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, so he gave a right answer to the question. So I'd have to agree with that then. RNG is a bitch.
Bentolas should read Aaron's. Oh my dude, this whole thing was so fucking funny. This whole process was hilarious with you. I'm sorry, with you and Aaron.
I felt like an idiot. If you want to read it, Bent, go ahead.
Aaron says, famed WoW streamer, Joseph Mama. He has not logged in since late BFA. Wooly, I have no idea who that is, LOL. And then Aaron responded, I miss him every day, honestly. Everyone used to get with Joe Mama, and he always had time to satisfy their curiosity.
Basically,
I'm a while since I heard of Joe Mama, but Joe.
Dude, for real. And I saw that coming. It was so funny. I saw him post that, and I was like, Wooly is not going to fall for this. Wooly is not going to fall for this. And then you completely just stepped into the pit, and you were like, whoa! Like, you went down into the pit. Oh, man. It was so bad.
Stepped right in the fucking bear trap of stupid.
Oh, my God. It was so funny. I was just watching it happen, and I'm like, no way. But it was great. Sivart, I think he's in Collected Company as well, right?
That's Travis.
Says, Travis, where are my covenants and all their unique powers? You know what? That sounds. I kind of miss the fucking. I always want to call it Moonfire. What was the Arden Wheel thing that hunters could do?
Fuck.
Like spell. Oh my God,
I wonder if it's in. Is it in the? It's not in the hunter talent tree now.
No, it's not, because we got stuck with Death Chakram, which I used to love and I had. But the thing was, with the talent tree in Dragonflight, they reduced the damage on Death Chakram. What was that other fucking thing? God damn it!
I have a feeling.
No, Moonfire. No, I'm sounding stupid now. God damn it.
I have a feeling
can't think about what
somewhere
it was called.
Immune is. Damn it! I talked over you again. Sorry.
Screaming at us. No, no, you're good. I cannot think of what this thing was called.
Is Baker upset about something? Because I'm hearing a whistling sound.
Yeah, he's whining because my door is closed.
Poor puppy.
Oh, you guys vamp from it. I'm gonna let him out.
Yeah, I have a feeling that somewhere Immune is repeating the word over and over to his speakers, and he might even correct us in Discord, because he does that sometimes, and I always appreciate it because then I learn stuff. Okay, then. God, this is gonna drive me nuts. Anyway, Jay says Chocobo Racing, that if you have never played any Final Fantasy game, think of like the Hawk Strider from the Blood Elf peoples. And I guess if Gershom's not back yet, or is she?
I'm back. You
want to read Slidewhistle's answer in quotation marks?
So Slidewhistle says Super Jailer Racing, which by the way is just his sort of fancy name for the Jailer's Gauntlet that happened in Torghast. And I'm sure he was being super sarcastic with that one. Hopefully, I hope he didn't enjoy that too much.
Well, we did say,
because I hated it. I did one and I was like, nope, I'm done with that.
Yeah, that's a bit of a running joke on their show. So actually, if you are listening to our show and have never listened to Do Not Relent, I feel like there's an awful lot of overlap, so I don't know if anyone has, but go check them out. They are hilarious. They are insightful, although we remain the best WoW podcast to be named after testicles. Anyway, I'm going to read Raid General's answers. So I asked in Raid General chat. It was hard to find an opportune time the other day to do this because I was trying to stay focused, but I eventually found one in between Broodkeeper polls. I asked, guys, what's that one little feature? And the answers, Perkiness says UI bugs. Trendkill says GS. Oh God, gear score. Or G's? G's? I don't know. Thick Thiza says, yeah, top G's. Red War says, not right now, but you can reach one at gilf.com. That should be one within 5 miles of you. I think he was responding to Dan Vash, who, before I asked my question, said, any hot gnomes on. Yeah.
Is there actually a gilf.com? I mean, I'm sure there is.
I really hope not. But there probably is, but it's definitely not gnome I'd like to fuck.
Or maybe it is.
So, what are your guys' answers? What one little feature is Dragonflight missing? That's the wrong answer.
I want to hear Bentolas, yeah.
The only thing that I can see is Malfurion Stormage fucking dead. Not just chilling in Ardenwell because they did some like sort of fucking swap with the fucking Winter Queen. I want him dead. Slit in the throat.
Why are all the undeads in the game are the Forsaken? Like, no, why? No. Okay, that was dumb. I know that they're humans because Arthas came through all the human towns and ruined all the humans and turned them into Forsaken. But aren't there other like forms of Forsaken? Like, couldn't Malfurion be like a dead night elf?
I want to die if that happened.
You'd want to die?
I mean, we do have Forsaken
of Daddy?
night elves.
Like, what? Okay.
No, because he definitely wouldn't be. Oh, that would actually be a pretty spicy way to bring Forsaken druids into the mix.
See? It's not impossible. Like I said, the game always makes everything possible at some point.
Because my idea about the Academy thing is definitely not ever going to happen, especially because they keep introducing new lore reasons for making characters. Like, we haven't talked about this on the show, but go Google like reasons for Megar orc priests or Tauren priests, shit like that, because they've come up with some pretty good stuff. Although the Tauren one does not make a lot of sense to me. Not to go on a soapbox here.
I actually meant to put this in the Discord and totally forgot because I just wasn't paying attention. But I did a Love Rocket run, and there was a Tauren priest in there who had mogged into like the white original, like super early white priest robe, and it was a Tauren, and I was like, this looks awful.
That had to have looked terrible. So bad.
So not only can Taurens be priests, but now they can mog their white. It was like the original robe, like the level 1 white long sleeve robe that you get, and I was like, this cow looks like shit. Like, it was terrible. And they were just running around rocking it. I'm sure they were having a great time, but
I like the idea of Tauren Peace, but their lore justification is a little shaky to me. They basically said that there's this druid who was like, well, we deal a lot with the moon, but what about the sun? And it's like, hello, the fucking Tauren paladins are already doing that. You could be like, oh, wait a minute, the Tauren paladins, the Sunwalkers, like, oh, geez, I don't know, this is awful violent. What if I just focus on healing people? That's all you needed, Broseph. That's all you needed. That's it. Okay. Gershom, did we get your answer?
Nope. And the thing that I think WoW needs back is Chuck Norris jokes. I'm so sick of seeing sales in trade chat. I want Chuck Norris jokes to come back.
All right.
No, I don't have any on deck. I wish I had, but like I said, kid's sick, totally busy, didn't look any up, but I do miss the Chuck Norris jokes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the one little feature Dragonflight is missing is a mammoth version of dragon riding mounts, where he's just flip-flooping all fat and furry through the air. Fat and furry. Hell yeah. All right, so we have a new question for next week, and this is either going to go very well or very poorly. The question is more like a challenge. Ruin a dungeon or a raid name by changing one word. For example, the raid Sepulcher of the First Ones, Sepulcher of the Horny Ones. Or Sepulcher of the First Erections. I don't know. I came up with that on the spot instead of typing it. Anyway, you can give us your answer in Discord. If you're not in our server already, you can go to thrallsballs.com, and please do, because we want more of you in there. It's been a lot of fun, but we're always, looking for more to party with. You can answer on our social medias. So we have Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at thrallsballspod. We do also have a Hive, but I'm still trying to decide if I want to even use that, because they don't have a website. Getting away from it here. You can also, if you don't want to do any of that, answer in email at thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Okay, so I said I was going to have a bumper for trivia by today, but I don't. So we're going to do trivia. You ready? I came up with it.
I am totally ready. Oh, it's Legion, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to this week, but I did. Did I get that right?
I think so. I didn't make any questions. Bentolas,
Okay.
you ready for trivia?
I am absolutely ready, but Legion I never played, so I'm
You're gonna beat my ass still.
Oh boy.
You're gonna beat my ass still.
Okay, well, question the first. Who are the two demon hunters you have to choose between in the Demon Hunter starting experience? To further explain this, if you don't remember what I'm talking about, sort of early-ish, but midway through, when you are breaking out of the Vault of the Wardens, toward the end, these two demon hunters get sick of each other's shit and start fighting. I will only give credit if you answer both names. Okay, so actually, neither of you were fully correct. You both got Ultruous. But the other one is Cain Sunfury. So you have Ultruous the Sufferer and Cain Sunfury.
I thought it was
I have never
Corvath
played
for
a
some
Demon
reason.
Hunter. I have no idea who that is.
Corvath. I'm trying to remember who the fuck Corvath is. I'm gonna Google this.
Are you talking about not Corona? What's her name?
That was it's the Demon Hunter that for the.
Oh, that's a warden. That girl's a warden.
No.
the one I'm thinking of.
It was the one. She's in the video where they go to Mardoom, and she's the one who says, "How do we know we're not a demon or whatever?"
Oh, Corvath's Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
Okay. She's a Night Elven Demon Hunter of the Illidari, according to Wowpedia. All right, question 2. What is the official name of the Druid class hall? I'm really going to miss this background music. Speaking of which, remind me after we're done recording. I have an idea for our next drink series. Teasing everyone else. All right. So, neither of you actually got it. I sort of thought you both would. It's the Dream Grove. The Dream Grove.
I don't play Druid.
That's got to be like the one character you don't have then.
I
I
don't,
have
like-
a level 61.
I
I
don't
just
play anything as some hunters.
I just left. I don't know. That thing ever appealed to me with them.
Although, I gotta say, it would have made a lot more sense to make their class hall Moonglade. It did not need to be in the Broken Isles. It makes sense for it to, but it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, for roleplay reasons, I think everyone should have had their class hall there. The only thing I did in Legion was level my hunter, so I was up there in the hunter place.
Yeah, so you were definitely closer with your answer of saying Moonglade, because that was the closest thing Druids had to a class hall before Legion. Question 3, which raid is tier 19?
Didn't raid back then. Took a stab.
You guys actually split the difference on this one. Tomb of Sargeras was raid tier 20, and I was able to do this one because the dumb little WoW parody I made that I still have part of the lyrics in mind, recolored funny raid tier 20 every fight that you beat, and that's recolored Tomb of Sargeras. So Bent, you said Tomb. Gershom, you said Emerald Nightmare, and it is in fact the Nighthold, which incidentally remains to be one of my favorite raids of all time, except Spellblade Allurial. Fuck Spellblade. Fuck Spellblade.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember if I ever went back and ran that raid.
I do it every now and then.
I haven't done Tomb of Sargeras either. Like, I did not play current in Legion, so everything I'm doing is catch up, and I don't think I've done either one of those raids. Oof. I have stuff to do.
You could probably like blast through Legion raids now.
No, I totally could. I'm just Dragonflight's all over the place.
All right, so I think we may have had this question at some point in the past, but here we go. This is question 4, and I've just realized that at this point, neither of you can get 80% or better. So there remains no head of the class. No asses are being eaten. Question 4. In which zone is the entrance to the Seat of the Triumvirate? Seat of the Triumvirate. I said the word wrong.
Fuck. I think this answer is wrong, but I'm going based on you usually put 2 ones in each zone.
Okay. I'm giving this to Gershom, even though she had it like slightly wrong. She had the right idea. It's Eridath. And Bent, you said High Mountain. Gershom, you wrote Eldorath. Close enough. I'm giving you the point.
I appreciate that, because it used to be called Macquarie, but we had to change it because of that asshole.
Jesse McCree was a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Question 5. How much ancient mana does it cost at minimum to enter Withered training? I feel like I ended up making harder questions than I meant to.
I think your questions are fine. I just didn't play Legion, so.
If I'd known, I probably wouldn't have made them. I wouldn't have made them Legion based if I'd known that. I didn't think to ask first, because as I was making the notes, I'm like, shit, we don't have trivia. Okay, it's actually 400. You both said 100, so you need a minimum of 400. It's a pain in the dick.
I never got very far on that thing where you like go into the little circular like instance scenario. Like, they don't really have scenarios anymore, but they used to have this one with the Withered where you like go around and get a bunch of them and get stuff, and I was always like, I never got very far on that. So
I honestly, even at the time, I didn't really do it. I was like, this is dumb. I don't want to do this shit. Okay, question 6. How many Kirin Tor world quests need to be completed to satisfy the emissary requirement? I'll say right away, Gershom, you're correct.
Don't ask me about world quests, bro. I'm telling you the rough grinds.
It's 3.
I got one. Yeah.
Gershom got it correctly. It is 3.
Which was kind of weird because I think for everyone else it's like 4.
Yep.
And the Kirin Tor gives you more. Yeah.
That's why that's specifically why I said Kirin Tor, because it's the only one that's different. Question 7. Yeah, you did get baited. Sorry, buddy. Question 7. What is the official name of the Affliction Warlock? God damn it. What is the official name of the Affliction Warlock artifact weapon? if you just give me the first word of the name, that'll be good enough. You don't need the full thing. But you get, I don't know, an additional point if you get the whole thing.
I have to skip this one. I have a warlock, and I don't know if I ever took her through Legion, to be honest.
I know it has something to do with Gul'dan, but I have no idea what it is.
That's the Destruction Warlock. Okay. So, the Affliction Warlock, and I only know this because I was an Affliction Warlock all through Legion, is Ulthalesh the Deadwind Harvester.
How the fuck is anyone gonna answer that question, Wooly? That's
only
not,
anyone
sorry,
that's a warlock.
That's
Not
anyone
not
who plays
necessarily,
warlock.
because it was one of the
Oh.
single most popular Mage Tower appearances because it looked like this super sharp, wicked ass scythe. It was cool. I got it.
Ulthalos and
Ulthalesh. Like,
Great.
I feel like it's got to be related to. I don't remember the quests at all. I feel like that's got to be related to the old gods though, because that's a very old god-y sounding name, Ulthalesh. Question 8: how many Nether shards did one attempt of the Mage Tower cost? To be clear, it costs nothing now to do it. In Legion, it had a cost of a certain number of Nether shards.
Your questions are too hard.
Well, welcome to last week.
Yeah, I know.
All right, you both said 1,000. It's actually only 100.
Oh, I almost guessed 100. I hate this. I didn't play Legion current. That's so funny.
Neither of you might know the last question is the hardest. So number 9. What honor level unlocks the first PvP appearance for your artifact weapon?
I don't even know about. Yeah, no, I'm skipping. I'm sorry.
Bent, I'm looking for
not even trying.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for a number. You can at least guess, Gersh.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
All right, well, Gershom, you got it correct. It is 10.
Wow. Well, there you go.
And Bent said 3. Got to be the only rogue I know of who isn't obsessed with PvP.
He really doesn't do PvP. Yeah.
I mean, when you got a boner for Prog and Mythic Plus, you don't really need to do PvP. Okay, last question. And Gershom, you currently have 3 points to, not to embarrass the fuck out of you, but to Bent's 0. Question 10. In the Demon Hunter starting zone, there is a Demon Hunter that you at one point either sacrifice or offer yourself up to sacrifice in order to power the final gateway for your allies to come through. This same Demon Hunter later walks around the Demon Hunter class hall as a ghost. What was that Demon Hunter's name?
This might be the first time anyone's not gotten a single one right.
Hey, yo, fuck you. I got like 2 right.
I was talking about myself.
I can't believe this. This is a good one, Willie.
I'm proud of
I
it.
just joked
Okay.
around. I said the jailer.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
So his name, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, it's either pronounced Sevis or Sevis. I'm gonna say Sevis. Sevis Brightflame was his name. So if you sacrifice this character, then when you get your class hall, he walks around as a ghost. If you offer yourself for sacrifice instead, you don't see him in your class hall because he didn't die. So it's a cool little Easter egg for demon hunters who wanted really cool immersion. So, final tally here is Gershom had 3 points, Bent had nothing. I am weirdly proud of these questions. So, yeah.
You rocked us, bro. You rocked us hardcore.
Yeah, I'm afraid that whichever one of you makes questions for next week, I think Bent's up, but if you don't want to, we can figure something out. I feel like you're gonna try to make it mega hard to get back.
I like a good mix.
We have to overly compete with each other.
All right. So we're coming to the end of the fun today. Do we have any final thoughts?
And fuck a trivia, yo. That did Wooly like
fuck a trivia.
Nothing about that fuck a trivia. Ooh, I'm crying. Oh my god, I'm crying.
The next expansion I play, I think I need to level through Legion.
Right.
Actually pay attention.
I need to go back and do those Legion dungeons.
As far as like setting and quests, Legion remains my favorite place to level through. Okay. Well, my final thought, I suppose, is I hope I don't forget to go back and bleep out Slidewhistle's real name, because otherwise this episode will be a very asshole-ish title instead of a debate. Anyway, it's time for us to get going, so you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter. We are at Wooly08, that's me, at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, at Bentolas_outlaw, and at ThrallsBallsPod, and that is on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the show accounts. You can send us an email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com, with any reviews or feedback you may have. Leave a review in the podcast directory found at bonusroll.gg. And last but certainly not least, go ahead and join Discord. Go to thrallsballs.com and it'll pop you right into our server. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Bye. We love you. Be good.
Hey, swingers. Have a great week. Bye, swingers.